Right out of the gate, there is a $50 difference between the welcome bonuses on these two cards, but that upfront cash hides a much deeper trade-off. One card rewards baseline consistency, while the other effectively lowers your return if you forget to track its changing categories. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which card puts more money back in your wallet, because the answer changes entirely based on your spending habits. Welcome to CreditVault, where we break down the credit card mechanics banks usually keep buried in the fine print. Your final choice comes down to your own daily habits and how much mental energy you want to spend on tracking rewards. The Chase Freedom Unlimited starts with a $0 annual fee. By eliminating the carry cost, the card can stay in your wallet for years without the rewards being offset by a yearly bill. This bar chart shows the current welcome offer. If you spend $500 in your first 3 months, you trigger a $250 cashback return. That is a high 50% yield on a very small initial spend requirement. It also provides some breathing room with a 0% introductory APR on purchases and balance transfers for the first 15 months. Once that intro window closes, a variable APR of 18.24 to 27.74% kicks in. Carrying a balance at those rates will quickly cost you more than the rewards are worth. This 1.5% multiplier applies to general purchases, like gas or groceries, without category tracking. The card also has higher permanent categories. You earn 5% back on Chase Travel and 3% at restaurants and drugstores. Knowing exactly what you will earn before you swipe removes the friction of decision fatigue and makes rewards budgeting predictable. The Freedom Unlimited trades the absolute highest earning ceilings for error-proof consistency and peace of mind. The Chase Freedom Flex takes a different route. It shares that $0 annual fee, but the welcome bonus is smaller, $200 for that same $500 spend. This calendar shows the primary mechanic. The Flex gives 5% cash back in rotating quarterly categories, capped at $1,500. Outside these bonus windows, the rate drops to just 1%. The Flex does keep the same permanent categories as the Unlimited, 5% on Chase Travel and 3% at restaurants and drugstores. Categories have included grocery stores, gas stations, home improvement, and streaming services. When your budget aligns with these, your earnings spike. But if a quarterly category misses your actual lifestyle, like a home improvement bonus when you live in a rental, your everyday spending is stuck at the 1% base rate. The Flex acts as a high-yield tool when categories align with your budget, but drops to a standard rate if they miss your needs. To see where the earning gaps actually occur, let's look at a head-to-head spending simulation. On $6,000 of non-bonus purchases, the Unlimited earns $90, while the Flex earns $60. Adding dining, travel, and drugstores results in a perfect tie. But maxing out the Flex's rotating categories creates a massive swing, earning $75 compared to $22.50. Over a full year, hitting the cap every quarter means the Flex yields $300 from those categories, compared to just $90 for the Unlimited. But hitting that $300 maximum requires strict organization. You have to adapt your spending to Chase's schedule every 3 months. Since the day-to-day staples are a tie, your financial victory depends on your willingness to manage those rotating bonus windows. The Flex also has a manual requirement. Those quarterly categories do not start automatically. You have to log in and activate them. If you forget to click that activation, the 5% rate vanishes, and all your category spending drops to the 1% base. There is also a spending cap. Once you pass $1,500 in a bonus quarter, any extra purchases drop back to 1%. Both cards are subject to the Chase 5/24 rule. This timeline shows how opening 5 or more personal credit cards across any bank in 24 months will cause Chase to automatically stamp your application denied. If you clear that rule, pairing either of these cards with a Sapphire Preferred or Reserve increases the value of your rewards. By pooling the rewards into a Sapphire account, your cashback becomes transferable points, which often have higher value for travel redemptions. These basic cashback cards are highly strategic because they act as the foundation for Chase's premium travel rewards ecosystem. There is a psychological risk with the Unlimited. Because it is so easy to use, you might miss out on higher returns from other specialized cards in your wallet. The Flex has the opposite problem. The maintenance of tracking, activating, and capping your spending can lead to category fatigue.
To avoid calendar tracking, this flowchart leads straight to the Freedom Unlimited for steady baseline returns without quarterly homework. But if you are disciplined with activations and spending caps, the path leads to the Flex, rewarding the strategic optimizer. When you apply, check your recent card openings first. Do not force spending just to hit the bonus, and plan for future point pooling if you want to travel. The Freedom Unlimited wins from most people because a higher earning floor that works on autopilot is more valuable than a theoretical ceiling you might forget to reach.